renowned as one of the last unspoiled Caribbean islands. But now the bulldozers have moved in, a place of world-famous seabird colonies and coral reefs. But the land is being flattened for an international airport.
We need our brothers and sisters to stand up and defend your birthright. This is our birthright, and it's been taken away from us by a psychotic leader. Brothers and sisters, this is no joke. This is serious.
Look at the size of that guy, Barbuda. Look at it. That's a huge dozer.
Filming all this, Barbuda's headmaster, John Mussington, and the commentary of an islander horrified at what he's filming.
Round the clock, working 24/7, day and night, while the people of Barbuda were taken off the island and kept off the island. This was progressing round the clock.
The 2,000 islanders were forcibly evacuated after Hurricane Irma destroyed the only town. With the population gone, weeks have turned into months, but little has been repaired. However, building the international airport appears a top priority. But now the islanders, all of whom own this place as a community, have a London law firm and they're fighting back. The airport scheme, they claim, is unlawful.
No development is lawful unless it goes through the Barbuda Council. And then, on top of that, there has to be a consultation with the Barbudan people. Now, I haven't seen that. And what's troubling is, I know that it's been, 10, 11 weeks since the hurricane. And since that time, hardly anything has been done in terms of restoring any of the essential services on the island to allow Barbudans to return home.
The Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda insists his government's deal for the airport was agreed months before the hurricane, but he declined to tell us if the Barbudans had actually been consulted. But make no mistake, Prime Minister Gaston Brown is incandescent with critics, texting his views to Channel 4 News, complete with ha-ha emojis and typos.
The deracinated imbeciles, ignorant elements say that by building Barbudans an airport, we're stealing their land. These are what we call dunce elements.
The imbeciles and dunce elements say you can't send in the bulldozers till you've done an environmental impact assessment. The diggers have been on site for weeks, so where is that assessment?
I haven't seen an environmental impact assessment, and no development...
Which has to happen?
Which has to happen. No development in Antigua and Barbuda is lawful unless that is done, and that's for very good reason. You don't just go around developing areas of natural beauty without the impact assessment being properly assessed. And more importantly, that has to be done under the Barbuda Land Act, which I know the Prime Minister has described as a foolish piece of legislation, but the problem is it is the law.
The Prime Minister simply accuses critics of standing in the way of Barbuda's future prosperity, texting us about what he calls
a much-needed infrastructural project to improve the economic prospects of Barbuda.
And that
we will construct a new airport and seaport, thereby opening up Barbuda for business and place the island on the path of sustainability. The day is fast approaching where Barbudans will no longer be dependent on a cheque from the Antiguan Treasury to cover their payment obligations.
The plane transporting His Royal Highness Prince Charles touched down in Barbuda at 11:01 Saturday morning.
Not one to ignore environmental issues, one Prince Charles was in Antigua and Barbuda over the weekend, but certainly made no public comment on what the islanders see as a land grab by the Antiguan government, in which Barbuda's tiny population has little say. Small wonder Barbudans are finding their voice in the courts and on camera.
Barbudans, I think you all need to come home and see what is going on in our country. Nobody knows about this. We need to put it out there and make people know that what is going on here.
Weeks have turned into months since Irma. Still no water connected, no electricity. The schools remain shut. And all this, say islanders, proof that the government wants them out of the way whilst it bulldozes a new future without them.